Basically, there's a lot of chair designers in the world. There's a lot of people who want to design new chairs. When I see an Italian furniture store, I'll look in the window and I'll go, those are beautiful objects to look at. I can't imagine anyone being comfortable on them. You know, they don't want to, they're not concerned about aesthetics, they're not concerned about anything other than being comfortable in a space, a little, just away from the rabble for a bit, or away from the noise of work. And I can trace it back to one image, and that was the McClure's one at McClure's cab station. And there were these two chairs, kind of upholstered, sitting in front of this beautifully hand-painted sign of the McClure's logo. And I thought, that's a nice shot. I took it, and I immediately twigged to, oh, this is actually a place where the employees come up to just chill. And I had remembered that that was something I liked when I had a number of jobs when I was growing up that were kind of grim, that you'd have a place to go to, sit down, have a cigarette, whatever, get away. Then I just began looking more carefully, and gradually I just said, okay, what defines this as a worthy image? There's got to be a trace of human presence, repeated human presence. It's not enough to just see a chair in an odd space. There should be some evidence that somebody has had a break there or is continuing to use it. Again, the world's a cluttered place, and you want to isolate things, and you want to decide what's going to be in this tiny little frame. Sometimes people are playful. They've picked a particular chair that says something. I would say, in the case of Joe's Cafe, there are these plush. They look like they were, I don't know, they're antique chairs, and they were put in the street. They're gold, and I came across them, and they were sort of glinting in the sun. And then there's a bunch of tables and improvised milk cartons around. So there's a bit of sadness in some of these too. They're kind of forlorn. Others are kind of fun, but I'm kind of interested when I see them all together, and when I go through the editing process is how many of them have that abject feel, and how many of them are kind of fun or interesting. When I think of Refuge, I think of just, again, a place, because most of them are workplaces. There are, again, a lot of restaurants in alleys, and you can tell that a lot of people have just put them up in corners out of the way. They just need a break, and they need to be away from things for a little bit. But my ideas about where they might show up have been sort of thwarted, because I've gone to the waterfront, I've gone to car repair shops, and the places where I thought of, or my own experience having worked on the waterfront when I was, warehouse jobs as a teen. I don't find them there. And everything's kind of, it's odd, is because the waterfronts are kind of scrubbed up now. They're harder to access, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'll always keep an eye out for it, because I'm always going to be on the road. I'm always going to be biking, I'm always going to be walking, and I would advise anyone to take back routes, no matter what, no matter where they are, no matter for what reason. And I guess that's the takeaway, is that, to spend more time walking down alleyways and the backs of things, as you will.